Good morning, everyone. And this is webinar is going to be about remote collaboration using BIM360 Design. Myself, Karthik Ramalingam, working as an AEC application engineer in image graphics. So let us go to the today's agenda. What we are going to see in this today's session. So first, we will start up with what Autodesk is helping the customers and employees to impact of this deadly COVID-19 situation, and what is this BIM360 Design does, what value of BIM360 Design, and BIM360 Design for Revit, Civil3D and Plant3D users, what is the benefit, and finally the Q&A. So let me go into the products in more detail. To start up with the how Autodesk is helping the customers, the impact on this situation. As you see, this Autodesk has been much more focused on the customer helping activities. The first important news I want to emphasize is the official message which is came from Mr. Andrew of the Autodesk CEO and President on March 23rd. To help the customers facing this new reality, the Autodesk is announcing the temporary extended access program for the several of our flagship cloud collaboration products. So this is let me want to clear in this. We are not introducing this program to convert any of our customers into a paying users. Our goal is to set a program up and running as quickly as possible to provide the customers increased flexibility in what's become a challenging work environment now. So as you see that you want to see in more detail, you can log on to the website specified over here. So let us see in detail about this, how Autodesk is supporting the customers by providing the extended access program. You can able to access some of the cloud products till the May 31st, 2020 as extended trial versions. So you will be able to access the program if you are subscribing to the trial version of some of the cloud products. You can able to access it till May 31st, 2020. At further notice, the Autodesk will be helpful for you to clarify at that time. So let us, without further delay, we will be going into detail about what we are going to see about the today's products. So if you see that the major challenges or collaborations which we are seeing in our current construction industry is the collaboration and communication that is between the construction industry. They have so many common questions related to these projects, like probably seen, like I'm not going to read all of this. Some of the points which I'm going to see, say versioning of files, who had changed the versions, is some server is down, or how do I get the latest file out of it. If you are out of office, you can send me the file. Or some of the common questions you will be wrote it out is like, who override the last version of the file, and who owns it. So if you have a large team collaborating in the construction project, you have all these communication issues which have been sharing information through mails, and if there are any transfer or iterations will be happening which you don't find out which is the latest version itself. So still the collaboration is still a challenge, and this will be trends are making it more even difficult to collaborate on this AEC projects. Nothing but your construction related projects are incredibly becoming much more complex and producing an incredible amount of data. Historically, syncing and utilizing all this data was impossible and has been one of the biggest challenges in the construction industries. So starting from your workflows or your disconnected, and all our customers are challenging this accessing the different companies and different disciplines. As a project, it more becomes complex and rapidly iterating with the different project information which has been brought into the silos, and finally it will be delaying the communication and wasting the time in searching out the right project informations. And if you see that current tools which are not built for this design data, as you can see, many of you are using the FTP for storage. The biggest issue is the collaboration between this, and these are not fully developed to solve your designers problems. So common tools like FTP or SharePoint solutions would be expensive and to be implemented for the design files and download it. And also, if you go for the network drives, it is hard to share the data, and some designers couldn't able to download the data and you want to see it. And some of the basic cloud storage like you are using for not are meant for the design platforms. And finally, for if you have any CAD or BIM models are not to be viewable or usable natively in the cloud storage applications, and you need to later you need to download and open it in the any model designing softwares. And these solutions are all meant for the commonly the data centric. The main is the data centric. So if you see, we are proposing a data centric solution which becomes the center for everything and everyone to access the same. So there are no more of data. You see, there is a single source of project truth, and we don't say final or final one. And also the supply chain is will be easy for you to track the data where it is available and who it is being accessible. And there are multiple entry points. You can able to see that from where you want to access, you can able to access it in the different locations, and you can able to access it remotely collaborate. It also supports the open app API, which is for the third party developers, for the companies to enhance the functionality of BIM360 using this API. And finally, like you want to use these 2D files or PDF or 3D models, you can able to access it whenever it required. And for the integrated construction solutions, as you see, from design to field, office to field, you can able to use this entire project life cycle. And the order facility is not much matter for the IT to be configured. It is all hosted on the cloud. As I said, this BIM360 is the cloud connected product. So you can able to see that BIM360 will be the center platform where you will be brought all these different things together in a single platform under the project data hosted in the Autodesk Forge, which helps you to give a better analytics and insight. And this is the next generation platform which removes the need for single point of applications to be winding out all your AEC products, related products to club into your Autodesk thing. And if you want to configure any of the third-party developing apps, yes, you can able to brought it under the Forge. And finally, if you want to be having a starting from your design stage till your field execution and handover stage, BIM360 can able to support you on that. As a subscription, the next generation platforms removes the need for single point of applications. And if you see that the major project is the BIM360 Docs, which is the entry product, and it hosted on the BIM360 platform to provide the control data and document management for all your project informations from your design through constructions. And if you go for the design, so that is what we are going to see today. So BIM360 Design supports the collaboration across the multidiscipline firms and also for coordination of deliverables. And later, the BIM360 coordination, that is the coordinate, which is previously called as glue, which allows you to teams to coordinate the multidiscipline models across the to automate the tasks such as like the model aggregation and for doing the class reduction over the cloud. And the final product, which is the BIM360 build, which provides the team with the ability to manage the RFIs, submitters, as well as to execute the quality and safety management programs during the construction phase. So each of the subscriptions includes the platform modules along with the access to the BIM360 solution that the customers required for accessing the projects today in the market without any disruptions. And this it also supports you user-friendly dashboards with the advanced data analytics to support you for seeing what are the options you to track the data and prioritize the work. And all companies have a right project information to access the data whenever it required with the right information with the right tools. So let us see in detail about the BIM360 design and its features. So as a product, BIM360 design has the major enhancements. So we will be dealing morely with BIM360 design in this today's session. So as a product, the Autodesk Design Collaboration Cloud offerings. So you can able to see that this enables the design authoring tools to connect the extended team members from different disciplines and different softwares you want to connect it. Say Revit customers want to enjoy the Revit cloud sharing facility. You have the options to integrate your teams to perform the model-based cloud sharing, and for Civil3D, you will be able to perform the collaboration using the Civil3D product. And finally, in the same platform in the BIM360, and if you want to do with the AutoCAD Plant3D related activities, yes, you can able to do in the same in an integrated environment. BIM360 becomes the ultimate plus for the one of the AEC collection customers, allowing you to truly connect it with the BIM process and transforming the project delivery in a much more easier manner compared to any other products. So BIM360 addresses the basic data management uh, but more on the project data management features which are needed for communication between the all the disciplines. And today BIM360 design also includes the collaboration for the Plant3D entitlements, which is also connected with well connected with your cloud and mobile platforms, which is able to usually across your different web devices. Say more, you can able to access the data whenever it required. As a product, you can able to use it with the different teams, and as a single source of truth, you can able to access the data in the cloud and stay connected with your design data with your project data. So finally, this BIM360 platforms is, let us see in detail about how it is helpful for the Revit users, Civil 3D users, and Plant 3D users. So to start up with, the first one is Revit users. So let us take detail of what is BIM360 design. So as a nutshell, if you see, it is mainly useful for Revit concurrent model authoring tool for different design teams in the cloud. Previously, it was done on the cloud network, local network. It uses the Revit collaboration for network work sharing for accessing the models from a distributed teams and helps to access the rights and data control. So what you get when you subscribe to this BIM360 design is basically it will be having the features of the BIM360 docs, and be also helpful for you to collaborate with your different teams with the different disciplines and access the data with the permission restricted with the current team, and also the data control, so that you will have a restricted data permission for accessing the right information. And as the BIM360 design provides you the solution, you will be able to have a the main components is a BIM360 design, which are included in your Revit as a feature. It doesn't comes with the Revit license. Many of the customers are thinking like if you are buying BIM360 design, the Revit license comes along with it. Actually said it is not like that. If you want to access the BIM360 design, you need to purchase the Revit license separately for accessing the BIM360 design, and it doesn't comes as default. In Revit, it has the default local network sharing, which connects you to help you to integrate with your local team. But if you have customers in our different geographic locations, and if you want to connect with the different teams in the different companies, and BIM360 design is the right product for using that. And if you are using the different tools, you have previously called Revit Worksharing, Cloud Worksharing, which is the powerful tool for controlled work sharing, and two more modules, which is called as Document Management module, which is the base module for the BIM360 design for hosting your project data with the folder patterns, where you can able to upload your project data with the permission levels, and you can able to access the details across the different discipline under the design collaboration module, which helps to team leads to review the information, access the project data, consume it, and share it the information among the other project stakeholders, and give you a better insight and about the project status. And let us see about the evaluation of the product work sharing, how across the Revit comes. The local work sharing is first most priority started with the Revit, which is earlierly they were started for many years, and still they are using the same option. And this main idea is that same we are work sharing in this local network. Later it has been evolved as a Revit server, where multiple site locations people are across the same company need to access the same file, which is designed for not designed mainly for the multiple companies. The same company with the same location, they want to install their Revit server to customize and maintain it inside their own firewall, which is later becomes a critical task. So finally, later the first product which is comes into the orders is the collaboration for Revit, which is a cloud work sharing platform, which is able to ensure a high trust environment. But what is the downside of this product is we don't able to give a specific folder file restriction, so that what happens, the problem is all the work in progress models are yearly accessed and shared with the project stakeholders, which are being some companies are not happy with it. So we have been later fixing this with the next generation cloud platform that is called BIM360 design. So we will be seeing that matured product in this market, which is dealing with the cloud collaboration for the Revit files. So let us see in detail about this, how the multi-user collaboration works. The BIM360 design provides the user for enabling the multi-user collaborations. So the build multi-user gets collaborated in the cloud with a fully coordinated, and you can able to have a review tool for the users to review it, the model. Even if you are not a Revit users, you can able to review the model under the cloud, and it is mainly used by the project managers, senior engineers, architects who are basically don't want to open the Revit models, and they later they want to review it in the cloud and track it, what is the progress, and share it with the other project stakeholders. Regarding this BIM360 design, if you want to collaborate with your outside the outside the project stakeholders, this is the right product for you to integrate with the customers who are there in the other companies. And finally, regarding the compatibility, BIM360 Design is the only product which has with the compatible from 2018.3 onwards. And if you have a product versions which is having the earlier versions like 2018 or 2017, BIM360 collaboration for Revit, that is the product which will be suitable for these platforms. And if you have a product more than 2018.3 till the latest versions of Revit 2020, BIM360 Design, the collaboration is the product we have been able to use it. So if you have customers who have been there in the 2017, like say persons who are working on the project on 2017 or earlier, you can able to opt for collaboration for Revit from buying the design collaboration for BIM360. So using this as a feature, we can able to use the product across the different versions starting from 2018.3 to 2020. You are using the BIM360 design. As the features, BIM360 has major features as mentioned earlier. It is a next cloud generation product. It supports the multi-team collaboration, and you can also use the functionality used in the BIM360 docs, like say approval workflows, and you have a multi-level workflows, approval workflows, which will be limited for you to provide any permissions for approving the access, and it also have a multiple storage level for users to get the permissions, and you have unlimited cloud storage where you can able to host at the unlimited projects, and you can also host the same project which is being linked to the other modules for the purpose of issue management, cost control, and finally the class deduction. As a product of BIM360 Docs, which is the major base platform, it has the beauty that it comes with the BIM360 design, and it also have all the functionality which is having this in the docs, which where it you have been using for the docs for storing the Revit central file with the particular access and folder permission levels, with the different version comparisons, and also it helps you to integrate with the other modules as the platform of BIM360 Docs, which is able to access the files anytime, anywhere using the mobile apps. And finally, if you go for the issue management, it also helps you to track the issues which has been created inside the particular design files. And let us see in detail how this setup and this project will be started out. The first phase of the project creation is the folder structure. So based on the teams which are available, they will be creating the folder structures, and these folder structures can be created as a template, and this can be reused in the other future projects. So this is a one-time task. You don't want to do it again and again. Based on these folder structures, if you see that if for a project you say you have been divided with the architecture, structure, and MEP, once these folder structures have been created inside the BIM360 docs in the project, that this have an option for you to teams to be created automatically based on the folder structures whatever they created into the project. So later the next step is to be assigning the project members. Once your folder structure has been created and the particular teams have been splitted based on the folder structure, and later we are going to create the teams for the particular members to access the particular folder. So based on this, the local file will be the third option. That is the final option where you will be going into your Revit and going to the collaborate tab and initiating the collaboration for it. So literally we will be doing the local sharing, which is the previous method which you are using for local network file sharing. Now we will be using for the cloud collaborated file sharing by selecting the particular project and particular folder and uploading the file into the BIM360. So based on this, let us see in the small quick overview about how we are going to set up a project. For setting up a project, the first thing, the foremost thing is of creating a project. So the account admin will be the person who will be creating the project with the major requirements, say project name, detail, whatever project, all these things, and providing a thumbnail to understand what is the project they are working on currently by seeing the image. And once this is done, the later stage is the providing the services. Say if you are working on BIM360 design, you will be providing the service for activating the doc management module, and the left side you can see that copy project setting. This is where you will be selecting the template project if you want to copy the folder structures, and later you want to activate the design collaboration. So if whatever are the customers who are the users who are working on design collaboration will need the docs license. So both services are activated, and this is the folder structure where they have been creating it. So here they are creating the architecture, MEP, and structure as the three folder structure patterns they have been created here. So once these folder structures are created, later is the process of uploading the data. So see here say an example. There is an architectural team which is working on a project with the work in progress model. So they will be working internally with the repeated iterative and design review. Once this process is done, what they do, they will be creating as a package and will be sharing it to the central project data. So once this data is shared, only not only the Revit files, you can able to share the DWG, IFCs, and PDF files along with the Revit to the central locations, and later the team coordinator will review and finally share it with the other disciplines. So the other discipline people will be first reviewing it before consuming it. Say what is review, we will see in later. So they will be seeing what are the changes it has been done, and once it has been ready to consume, the consume is nothing but downloading the files and accessing it. Once this process is done, they will be doing the internal process of reviewing it and doing some changes upon the model. And once they have been completed, they will be creating a package and sharing it with the central model, and later that will be reviewed and consumed with the other discipline people. So this is the cloud work sharing concept which has been under the BIM360 design. Let me show it in another way, that this is how the teams have been bifurcated, and each team will be having different with the color coding. So I have just given an example here. Say article team is been publishing in the central model in the docs. So that is the BIM360 platform. Once this has been published, they will be creating a package. This is a package which is called as BIM360 Design Swim Lane. So this is like a timeline where you have been hosting the project, and it will be seen by other discipline. And later, those people can able to take and share that details with their other discipline people. So once this article people publish in the docs, later the team coordinator will be publishing in the timeline, and the other people will able to see that what the package has been published in the cloud, and they can able to consume it and review it and work as a linked file and do the changes and upload their model. So this is how the different people, different users from different discipline will be working on a collaborated environment. So let us see how this changes has been done. Say example, here I am taking a architectural team members, two people are working on the same project, and the architect user one is trying to change the wall position, say to approximately say 2 feet, is trying to change it. So when the user one is trying to change the file, there will be a warning which will be showing that you don't have a permission to exit it. So what will the user do? He will be creating a request for placing it to the other user, so that once he plays the request, the other user will receive a pop-up saying that the user one is trying to change some changes. So user two will see whether it is been approved or not. Once he give access, you can able to see that once the access given, user one can able to change the position as he required. So this is the design change which he has, user one is now doing. Once this design change has been done, later what he will do, he will get reviewed it and he will be publishing into the cloud. So once this published in the cloud, so the team coordinator, sorry, sorry, yeah. So the team coordinator will able to see the review the file, what is the changes it has been done. So here we have a default option for seeing the design changes. That is what the change visualization which I have mentioned it earlier. So you can able to see the changes whatever they made it. So if you have added any items, or if you have added any or removed any data models from it, or modified in the sense even the metadata changes. Say if you are changing, or if you are moving any items with the dimension changes, those changes also get tracked here. And later this can be shared with other disciplines using the share button inside the design collaboration module. Once this has been shared, it will be able to access across the timeline for you to view the files which is being seen by the other disciplines. Say here you can able to see that different timelines have been shared. This is a image which has been took from the bin. So we have been taken as a sample here. You can able to see the different timelines showing that what the document management module allows you the individual models to be seen by the other team members. And these project teams have a visual timeline of this project, and you don't want to search, keep on searching where the file, which is the latest file which has been uploaded, and what is the file you have been accessing currently. So this will be able to clearly have a better visualization about the model which has been published into the other disciplines. And later once the model has been published, the other discipline people will review it. That is what I mentioned it earlier. Like they will review these changes. What are the changes it has been done? So say example, if the structure people told some changes in the architecture and this architecture people had made the changes, so they want to confirm it before downloading the changes has been done or not. So they use other discipline people can see what is the changes has been done, whether the required changes are done or not. We can able to check it. If it not, here itself we can raise the issue and assign it to the particular architectural team saying that this issue is not sorted out, kindly review it. So this is how the issue management is being done inside the BIM360 design. And later if you have seen the changes has been done and if you are okay with that, you can able to consume it and you can able to use it in your project for the linking purpose as a reference file. So this is how the model has been used inside your BIM360 design to your Revit. As a value, if you see the BIM360 for to the design for the Revit users, which is an unparalleled cloud-based collaboration for file sharing. It has an optimized model inside the upload in the cloud, where you don't want to upload all the changes which is being done every time. Only the first time if you are uploading a large model, and later if there is any changes in the model, say example, if you have a column which has been modified and later these changes have been need to be uploaded, only the changes of the column structures will be uploaded, not the entire model, which will be easy for you to view the large size model in the cloud, and so that it is not going to be rely every time on your internet connection, which is a smooth collaboration is going to be happen. And it also have a different high level permission security for the each folders to control the data across the different team members. And it also helps you for you the team members to communicate here, which more clearer and transparent. So you know who is accessing the models, and even the non-Revit users have the options to access the data. And it is much more easier not to connect in your local LAN network. Even with your home Wi-Fi, you can able to connect it during this type of situation. And later, like if you are going for Revit users who are working on these projects, it is more integrated with the software for Revit, and it now supports with the minimal training required as it does hosted on the same cloud sharing concept. You want to host your project in the Revit, which will be uploaded into your BIM360 design, and later you can able to use this extended access program to upload your project data into the cloud and access this with the multi-form and access at the same time and do a better work sharing in a different location even from your home. So this will be helpful for your design teams to across a different location to access the same data with much more updated file. And it also helps you to have a versioning and disaster recovery for the users who was working on the different teams, different projects. And going on to the third one, that is much more important for the team members to communicate, which will be helpful for the team members to communicate in a different level. And you can have a timeline to see that whenever the project has been updated and completed, what are the milestones we are there, where we are now located, whether this week model has been completed or uploaded and it has been shared with other discipline people. And if there is any changes, what is the changes has been done. And if you are creating a issue, say if you are creating a change request and assigning to a particular team, and whether this change request has been done to the model or not, you can have a particular dashboard saying that status, whether this issue is being sorted out or not in a particular user dashboard or a company dashboard. Based on that, you can able to have a project progress, and you can also set for the track to resolve the issues which are high priority cases to, and to take an immediate action to fix that. So this is all the important users for the BIM360 design for the Revit users. So let us go to the Civil 3D. So if you go for the BIM360 for majorly for Civil 3D users, Civil 3D has started with the collaborations that allows the different project team members to access the data previously using the data shortcuts. Now from the latest version of Revit 2020.2, they can able to access the data directly in the software in the from the BIM360 design. You can able to access the data in the cloud, and it will be helpful for you to store the data in a much more secured way. And it also helps you to connect to the docs platform and also the design platform, where you will be hosting the data in the project, which will helpful for you to have a version control. And if there is any issues or markups to be done, yes, you can able to do that changes to over that model, and it can be shared with the other team members. And the desktop connector, this desktop connector is, we'll be seeing it much more detailed. What desktop connector is nothing but you are hosting the files which are in the local for you to integrate with your design models. Say here we have a if you want to access any drawing files or any data which are from the desktop connector, it will be easy for you to access it by locking that file so that no one gets editing the same file across the project. So it will be logged and it can be used by only the concerned user who is working on that file. So, and if you are going in more detail about the collaboration for Civil 3D, it's a BIM 360 service which is being useful for the team members to collaborate on Civil 3D projects, mainly to for using the data shortcuts as I mentioned it earlier, and with the default method which is used in the previous for external referencing, only the data which is hosted on the server for common data repository, so that the data will be a single source of truth. There will be no replace of files with the say file one, final one, final two. So no more different naming patterns will be there. If you say this is the final file, so this will be the final revision file which is uploaded with the particular date and time. And this collaboration for Civil 3D is available on the latest version of Civil 3D 2020.2, and it has the recommended to use the latest desktop connector, that is 12.2.0.957 is the latest version as of now. If you are using the update, you can download it from your desktop app, which will be helpful for you to host your files locally and access the files in the design models. And finally, this also supports your BIM360 design entitlements, nothing but your features which is across we seen earlier, that all features which is being available for BIM360 design with hosting the BIM360 docs, which is available for collaboration for Civil 3D under BIM360 design. And let us see how this evaluation of work sharing works started in Civil 3D. At the beginning, this work sharing is started with the local network. As mentioned, it is being started with the data shortcuts, posting your project data in the local network, and it will be shared along with your team members with the local internet server. And later, the first product which is being hosted on the Vault to work on a multi-site work sharing, which is the hosting a common data environment for the project to be hosted here. But only the downside of this Vault is the required of configuring and much more complex setup required for you to integrate this into the Civil 3D. Later, it comes the collaboration for Civil 3D, which is BIM360 Design for Civil 3D, which is helps you for the customers to integrate with the different team members by finding out the single source of truth and with the I trust environment, so that you will have folder restrictions and the file permission levels with their different projects. So let us see a small overview of what this product working with the Civil 3D customers, how it has been helpful. Say if you are using this collaboration for Civil 3D, it is a cloud-based product. As I mentioned earlier, it is hosted on the Amazon web server, and it is been able to help you for the customers to collaborate with the multiple design projects across the uh, different different teams. Say if you here in Civil 3D, you will say you have a transport team, you have a road analysis team and a land team. So different team members can be able to collaborate across this platform, as I mentioned earlier in the Revit users. So it doesn't require a major training of the software of BIM360 design. It is hosted in the cloud. It is easy to understand, and it also extends your design data to your external project stakeholders who are need not to have a design softwares to view the data. Ultimately, they can able to view the files even in the mobile apps or the iPads. They can download the BIM360 app and they can able to view the files which you have shared with them with the particular folder restrictions. And this also helps you to allocate the resources with the team members, so that you will be at the right person to work on this project with the better utilization of the resources. So, and later it has a controlled work sharing, and it also helps you to exchange the data between the different team members with the right permission, and it will be hosted to the right people who is having the permission level, so that other people or other folder permissions who are not having for that particular project will not able to see that files, and it will be restricted according to the rules or the company levels or the user levels. and it also can be controlled by a user to whom you need to give, say, example. Here you can able to see that if you want to assign a customer or a company to only view the files what you are uploading, you can restrict them with the view access so that they can able to view only the files which you are uploading. And if you are giving for only particular folder, they can able to view only for that particular folder. And we have different permission levels for customers who want to only upload, or if you want to say that they want to download and edit some changes, create some markups or reviews, issues, all these options can be created across the options. And as I mentioned, you can able to assign a works to a members of different locations, which will helpful for the person to be accountable for the particular task. You can able to track it where it is pending, whether it is pending with someone. Say here you can able to see that this is the dashboard. It shows the issue which has been pending, or it is closed or answered with the different color coding. You can able to assign it to the particular people with the design file by creating a issue markup. You can able to select the issue, whether it is a design or a quality or a safety issue. You can able to create it and assign to a particular user with a due date. Say I'm creating a issue to a Civil 3D users, and I'm giving a target date, say 3 days. So they will be seeing their dashboard that this issue is pending with them. If there is some issues, it will show you as overdue with the red color highlighted that it's the overdue task. It is not answered. So like this type of complete dashboards, you will be able to see it, so that users will have a track whether the issues have been pending with us or pending with whom. They will have a complete detail about that. So let us see quickly about our overview about the collaboration for Civil 3D. So it comes in the AEC collection. So you can able to see that in the latest version there is an option for you to access the data in the home, and these will be available in the data shortcuts or in the local desktop connector. As you can see that they're opening the file directly here and accessing the data under the data shortcuts, which is used for the work sharing concept, and it will be hosted in the BIM360 docs, where you will be inviting the other team members with the particular folder permission levels. You can able to give them based on what permission levels they are being allowed to the project. And we'll also have an option, as I told you, file locking, which will be useful for the customers to lock the file if the other is not able to use it. And later, based on that file, they can able to work intensively and create the changes. And these changes can also be accessed with the entire team members. So see example here, they're showing their different profiles have been created, and they have been sharing it with the other team members with the different restrictions. And some of the reference files, if you want to create it, you can able to access that also. And if there is any different versions, if you want to bring that versions to compare it, you can able to compare the changes between the different version of the files, seeing what is the exact changes. You can able to see that the changes what is happening over there, and based on this version control, you can make whenever the versions which you want to make it as current, you can make it. If you have the issue you want to create it, you can able to create the issue over here and assign it to the which user you want to issue it, and creating an issue on the target date, it will be created here, and the user will receive an automated mail saying that the issue has been created. And later, once the changes has been done, you can able to comment it and reply it and saying the status has answered. So this is how you are having the complete track of the records changes which is there in your complete project. So moving on to the final one for the Plant3D users. See the much awaited, I can say, because many customers who are in the plant industries have been much waiting for the collaborating environment for crossing the different teams to be access the Plant3D projects. So from the latest version of AutoCAD 2021 and Plant3D 2021, you can able to access the BIM360 design directly and the hosted project. You can also integrate your Revit for P&ID drawings with based on the 3D models. So how the engineers have been collaborating across the different discipline under the plant industry. You can able to collaborate with the different designers remotely, and they can able to integrate with their design models. Say if you are creating a options for under the Plant3D, which is been for the multidisciplinary firms. You can able to access the data whenever it required, and engineers who collaborate across different disciplines or the spaces can able to collaborate easily, much more in the collaboration environment. And if you see that this how this collaboration for Plant3D works. So with this collaboration of Plant3D, it is basically a cloud-based collaboration which enables you to directly integrate your Plant3D and your design files with across your files in the latest cloud, the cloud storage, and this will helpful for you to access the data whenever you require on any devices, and also help you for you to coordinate the design changes or drawings or models has been uploaded with the automated managed project synchronization, which helps you to have a improved planned project productivity and much more in a enhanced manner. In addition, it also have a capability to share the P&D drawings across the Revit users. It also can able to maintain their drawings across the Revit platform, so that it will be stay connected with your P&D drawings with your Plant3D users and also with the Revit users. And these AutoCAD Plant3D users can continue using sharing their P&D drawings with their Revit users, so that which will be a complete integration between the collaboration for Plant3D across the disciplines. So finally, let us see some overview about the product for the same. So BIM360 design, the same way we will be starting with creating a project, which will be aimed for creating a setup, the project collaboration, and you will be inviting the team members with the different permission levels for the particular project folders, and based on this permission level, they can able to upload the projects into the particular folder, and here they will be creating a P&D drawings and sharing it with the other team members. It will be like a check-in, check-out, so that once the model has been done with the team members, it can be shared with the other discipline peoples also, and these changes can also be done, and you do all the drawing output inside the BIM Plant3D itself, like ortho drawings or the sections, the bill of materials. If you want to create complete drawing output, that can also be done inside the Plant3D. Once this is done, it can be shared with the other people, as I mentioned earlier, and inside the cloud platform you can able to review it, mark up, and create the issues and assign it to the particular users. And once these changes have been done inside that, and it again can be published into the cloud to see the comparison in the changes which is then been done. So this is how the Plant3D collaboration people have been working with the model which is hosted on the cloud. And to end up with, I want to show you the desktop connector, which is uh, freely available to all the customers. There are two installers, which will be a basic desktop connector, and you must be installing for the BIM360 docs, which is freely available. And you want to update the data automatically from this local desktop connector using your BIM360 account, and you need a order subscription for using this to be controlling the data whenever you require. And as the benefits, if you see, it is much more faster and efficient with anytime access to the cloud models from anywhere and anytime. You can able to access the model without wasting the time, and it also have a controlled work sharing across the different team members, where you can able to virtually locate it as in this during this critical time. You can able to work from your home and get the faster and efficient collaboration with your other discipline team members, and which is much more earlier and much more faster. And you don't want to have a physical address, it doesn't matter, you can able to reach them and participate in the project whenever you require. And it can also doesn't require any team members to be available there to be an office. You can able to work with their desktop model or their uh, model which has been available in them with their desktop connector. You can able to upload the models, and you can able to work on the multiple projects in a different location at the same time. So, and finally, you can able to perform the design reviews and share it with the other stakeholders for their approval process, and use it anywhere with the team members or partners or consultants to review your data in a real time, and much more faster to communicate with the to the customers to buy the products. So, and finally, let us start collaborating today. So to summarize, Autodesk is offering two major products for improving your design collaborations. For AZ team members who need to access the design data whenever you want to interact, review, markup, or create an issue, you can able to directly use it under the BIM360 docs. It provides you as a centralized data storage for platform for accessing by different team members. And for designers who need to access the data across the Revit platform, if you want to share it with the other team members and the project stakeholders, BIM360 Design is the right product, which is built on BIM360 doc to enable your BIM design teams to work on a shared Revit model simultaneously, regardless of your location. So this is how you are going to work on the platform on BIM360 Design and BIM360 Docs.